and that you reap where you have not sown. In that is fear and lack of trust. Obviously, you don't have the right perspective about a sender. You cannot think about any of the things he seeks to do with the product of your yielding. It is in that place where people think that they are being punished for subjecting themselves to fasting. It is in that place where people think that they are being foolish for spending on God and giving out like joyfully and willfully. Have you found yourself in a place where there is a demand upon your heart to give a thing to people and you feel like you will not necessarily gain back? Have you ever felt that God wants to rob you of your present benefits and you are not sure he's going to bring returns? Everything begins to go on when we have the wrong perspective about God, and that's why we must go in knowledge. And can I be frank with us? We can't be effective ministers of God in whichsoever capacity if we've not settled these basic things. Because at the time where God will send us to a mission field, we will think he wants to defraud us. At the time where God will demand what we think is so much from us, the questions about if I will gain from it will be much more than what he will gain from it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you see the mindset of that man? He did not think of what God will gain from his profit. He's thinking of what he would lose from making profit for God. Because who is going to make the profit? And who is reaping where he did not sow? Do we get the picture? He doesn't know that his God is that one who has made the law. He that gives beyond a return is going to be pressed down and there will be a running over. He doesn't know that it's the same God that has said that it is rather a blessing to give than to receive. He doesn't know, and this is the painful part, that it's God that owns everything on the earth. The gold and silver is his. It is this same mindset that makes us always want a return. A return. We anticipate a return rather than a worship to God. We anticipate a return on our supposed investment in the things that make us rather aligned to God's will. But rather than laying ourselves and our lives as worship to him, we anticipate a return. Meanwhile, we are told that at the time where we accepted Jesus Christ, the life we live is no longer ours. We are literal instruments in God's hands. If the life we live is no longer ours, our opinions are as good as what we think. They must not regulate our lives. Our wants are as good as what we feel we need. They must not be the things we are chasing after. And so he tells us the only way we can sustain a posture with our wants and our opinions in our minds rallying up and down is to seek his kingdom, and every other thing would be added unto us.